friends, welcome back to my channel, Accidental Beauty. If you're new, welcome. My name is Laura. I'm a self-taught makeup enthusiast who absolutely loves transforming my face. And that's what I did today. As you could see from the title, this is look number 5 in my 10 plague series, so halfway through. And I turned myself into a cow because this look is the cattle plague. This plague affected all of the livestock in Egypt during the story of Passover. I just picked a domesticated animal that I thought would be easy to transform myself into, and this is what we got. So if you guys want to see how I did this look, then please keep on watching. So I'm just going to give a little bit of an intro about this project. Again, if you've seen this in my other videos, and just skip this part. Long story short, I noticed there was a bit of a gap in the sort of YouTube, social media makeup world. Okay, so a bit of background about me. I am an observant Jew, and I love makeup. Pretty much all you need to know about me. And what I noticed is you don't often see too many creative makeup looks that use Jewish kind of traditional religious like symbolism, I guess. So like, for example, during Christmas, you see tons and tons of Christmas themed makeup looks. You see like reindeer, you see candy canes, you see Santa, you see elves, like all of that stuff. Halloween, same thing. You see like pumpkins, you see like Day of the Dead stuff, you know, things like that, or even just lots and lots of costumes. For some reason, like, I'm sure there are tons of Jewish makeup artists, but I don't see a lot of that stuff coming from them around the Jewish holidays. And certain holidays in particular, there's a lot that you can do creatively. So I thought I would step into that gap and do something fun. Not saying that there isn't that at all. Like, I have seen a couple Jewish makeup artists or makeup enthusiasts do that, but it's very, very uncommon. Because I identified a niche area that hasn't been explored too much, I figured I would step up to the plate and try it out myself. I wanted to pay tribute, I guess, to honor the holiday of Passover, which is coming up this year at the end of March. And I thought, because I'm just too ambitious sometimes for my own good, I thought, why don't I create 10 different makeup looks, and each one will represent a different, will represent each of the 10 plagues. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with the story of Passover, long story short, I've got like my notes here just so I like remember to say everything that I want to say. Okay, Jews were slaves in Egypt for, there's like somewhere between 200 and 400 years, a little unclear like exactly how long. And this was during the time of the pharaohs, so, you know, a long time ago. So Moses, or Moshe in Hebrew, who ended up becoming the Jewish leader at the end of the Passover story, pleaded with Pharaoh to let the Jews go free from slavery. Context, Moses had grown up with that Pharaoh. He had been adopted by the previous Pharaoh, i.e. like the father of the current Pharaoh at the time. He was raised as a member of the royal household until he learned of his Jewish parentage. Long story there. Watch The Prince of Egypt. Moses said, "Let my people go." Pharaoh refused. This happened numerous times. Every time that Pharaoh refused, God punished the Egyptians. Each of those times was a different plague against the Egyptian people. So the plagues are as follows. Blood, frogs. It's like very confusing for me to do this in English because normally I say them in Hebrew. So let's see if I can. Okay, so blood, frogs, lice, like wild animals, livestock disease, boils, hail, locusts, darkness, and like slaying of the firstborn children. So in Hebrew, Dam Tzvardea Kini Marav Dever Shrin Barad Arbe Choshech Makat Bechorat. So that's pretty much everything you need to know. And then just for each video, I'll kind of explain a little bit more in depth what each plague actually entailed. And essentially for the series, some of the plagues I took kind of more literally and did kind of like a literal depiction of what the plague was. Some of them I was a bit more creative, took a bit more artistic license, kind of depended on the nature of the plague and how easy it was to execute on my face. Couple disclaimers, I am not a professional makeup artist, as I mentioned. I am completely self-taught, and I'm just starting to get into special effects makeup, so literally this is like the first time that I'm trying a lot of these sort of techniques and products, so I apologize in advance if I don't do a good job, or, you know, if there are things that I could have done better. Because I'm not professionally trained, so I don't know. If there's something that I could have done better, feel free to comment below, but like, please be nice. And one more thing, as with all of my videos, I list all of the products and tools that I use in the description box below. So if you have any questions about what I'm using, that's where to find them. If I miss something, feel free to comment and I will update it for you. And now I'm going to talk about the plague for this video specifically. This video is kind of a humorous, I guess, a little bit depiction of livestock disease. So I turned myself into a cow because during this plague, cattle died. Serious problem for food, no bueno. All right, so we are on plague number 5. Very exciting. We are going to be halfway through. As you can see, I already glued down my brows and set them with loose powder. So I used the Elmer's glue and the RCMA no color powder. I did the same thing in my last video, so if you're curious how I did this, you can just watch that video over here. Also, if you haven't seen the previous videos in my series, I highly encourage you to go back and watch them. The easiest way to go about this is going to be a pretty simple tutorial, I think, hopefully, fingers crossed. Oh, I still have some makeup up here from the last look I did because I just filmed another video. Yeah, it's all over my face, so please ignore that. Hopefully we can cover it up with makeup for this one. All right, so I'm gonna just map out the areas. I'm gonna do most of my face in white and then I'm gonna have some black splotches. So I'm just gonna map those out now just to make it easier for me later. So I've got a face chart that I drew. I actually have face charts for all of these. So let's see, let's do something kind of like that. So I'm just kind of following my face chart and we'll kind of make it a little, go in a little bit here and then go out up here and kind of do something like that. Okay, and then let's do a little triangle kind of splotch down here. Something kind of like that. Okay. And then let's do a little squiggle over there. And then a little tiny squiggle over here. And I think that's enough. I just used a black eyeliner. This one's from NARS, but you could use anything. And I think this will just help me kind of stay in the lines a bit better. I learned from my last video that if I'm doing false eyelashes, I should probably do those first. And then, this is kind of backwards. I don't normally do this, but I had a really hard time getting my lashes to stick last time because of the cream eyeshadow that was on my eyes. So I'm just gonna stick that on now, real quick. These are the Ardell 250s. I think I use them in like every single video in my series. I'm not filming these in order, by the way, so this is actually one of the last ones that I'm filming. I actually didn't even put down mascara for this look, or the last one actually, but I don't think I really need it for this look. I think it blends into my lashes quite fine. Okay, so now that my lashes are on, let's do my face. To do that, just with all of the videos in this series, I'm going to be using the Ben Nye Master Cream palette, and I'm just going to be using the black and white. That's it. I think I might just use a brush to apply it. This is just the brush that came with the palette. It is the Ben Nye FB8. FB7. Wow, I can't read. And I'm just going to paint on the white. I might switch to a sponge after this, just because it's a lot to do in a brush. And just as I did in the last one, in order to blend the cream makeup as best as possible with my eyebrows, just brushing upwards. And I find this actually covers my eyebrows pretty well. All right, I'm just gonna pause real quick, just set my under eye area because it's already starting to crease a little bit, and I'll just set my lids. Everything else is fine. I don't think I need to set that. And now we can move on to the spots. And I got white powder all over my lashes. This is not gonna come off. I'm just gonna use the black from the same palette. And what the hell happened here? And I'm just gonna fill in the black spots. Okay, I'm just gonna do the same thing with my eyebrows, just kind of go in the direction that my hair is glued down in. It's a little more tricky on this side because it's not going to blend in as well. So I'm just going to try and really press it into that powder. Okay, and we are almost done. Okay, just because this is starting to crease, I'm going to go into my Melt Gemini palette into the shade Bonnie, which is the black shade. And I'm just going to set my eye. This cream makeup moves around quite a bit. I'll just set underneath my eye as well. Just touch up over here, not like it really matters because I'm going to be wearing a wig. I'm going to just do my lips real quick. So I'm going to use the Kylie Cosmetics lip kit in the shade Candy K because this is my favorite one. So I'll just line my lips with the lip liner. Kind of made my Cupid's bow a little pointy. And this lipstick is almost empty. Just gonna scrape whatever is left here because it looks like I missed a spot. Looks like there's actually quite a bit on here. I think just smudged. That's it. I'm gonna throw on my wig and then I'll show you guys the final look. I'm back. This is the final look. I'm just gonna add a thermometer because, which I sanitized by the way, because this plague is, I have to like Google how to say this in English. Plagues, 2, 3, 4, pestilence of livestock. Basically like a plague on the livestock, so they got sick and died. So All right, so that's it. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. I know a lot of people use, not like it really makes a difference, but I know a lot of people use white eyeliner to map out what they're doing. Thought it made more sense to use black eyeliner in this instance. Although I guess it doesn't really matter if your paint is thick enough to cover it. But yeah, this is honestly just a fun, really easy look to do. Doesn't even need to be exclusive to this theme. You know, you could do this for, I don't know, if you ever want to turn yourself into a cow. Really not that hard. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought. If you like really bold out there makeup looks, I don't normally do just kind of like your traditional face painting look like this, but if you enjoy just bold, crazy makeup, then I'm sure you'll enjoy the content that I post on my other social media accounts, which I'll link below in the description box so you can follow me there. That would be super appreciated. I'll also be posting pictures and other video content of the looks that I do here on my other social media, so love it if you could check those out. And if you like the type of video content that I do here on my channel, I'd love it if you could subscribe and turn on notifications. That way you'll get updated every time I post a new video. And I'll see you guys next time.